Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 25th of August. We have new mods and we have a few updates. The updates are as follows. From top left, the Huddig 1260E by North Modding Company has had a load of updates, various different things. I would suggest you jump on and look at the changelog. There's way too much to read out. That's had a load of changes. The DRL 140N by Black Eyes Modding has had an update. The Deutz Varimaster by Timux LS Floby Plaza has had an update. The Lizard VNB 14 by Blendart Spidmax and Agro Sketch. The Wood Crane by Kenny 456. The PRT 16 by FSSA Modding Team, and the Seasons Geo Spain by Shabba FS Modding have all had updates today. Okay, so in front of me we have got the homemade Bale pusher. This is by Rowley Christie 1. It will use 3 slots. I don't often use them. There's a few different ones like bumpers and things for bales. Generally speaking, used in conjunction with a bale, like an auto stacker, not necessarily an auto load trailer, but they can be used with the auto load trailers as well. So the bale has to come down the side of the machine to be picked up. Now often you have to kind of line yourself up quite neatly to get these to work. The whole point about a bale pusher is it hits the bale, slides it around the side because that's slightly set at an angle to the vehicle, and then hopefully the auto stack should collect it. That's how it's supposed to work. I've often found they're not as useful as you might think, but we'll see. This one you'll find under baling technology, under tools. Homemade bale pusher, 300 to buy. Yeah, only 3 slots. I don't think there's any options available on it. It kind of acts as a weight as well, 500 kilogram, and it should work. He says. Like I say, I've never really got on particularly well with. But what's supposed to happen is, as you hit the bale, it slides the bale around the side and does that. If you look it down from the top, set at an angle, so as you go across the field, it just clonks them round, pushes them into line with where the collector is, and Bob's your uncle. Your bales have been collected. So there you go. That's the homemade bale pusher by Rowley Christie 1. Next we've got the Tornado, the Stara Tornado 600 MD. This is by Farm Centro Sul. This is a fertiliser and lime spreader. It's 1,500 litres I think it is. It's only 4 slots. It's not a large bit of machinery. It will spread out to 18 metres, but if you are running a slightly smaller farm setup, it might work perfectly for what you need to be doing. If you're not doing very big fields, you don't need a huge one necessarily. This you'll find under tools, under fertiliser technology. There you go, 3,500 to buy, 18 metre spread. It runs at 12 miles an hour. There isn't a horsepower requirement. It's fairly low, I would imagine, off the PTO. It's not going to require a huge amount. Well, like I say, 1,500 litre capacity. It doesn't have any options. You get it as is with the Stara orange and green. I think I put lime in it. Pretty sure I did. Like so. Turn it on. And there we go. Out to 18 metres. I mean, look at it like that. It's not to be sniffed at. 18 metres. And if you don't mind refilling it, you can do larger size fields. It hasn't got to be for small fields, but there you go. That's the Stara Tornado 600 MD. We'll do fertiliser or lime from Farm Centro Sul. Let's drop that down. Next up, we've got another mod by Rowley Christie 1. This is the Home Weight. Just here. Large box, trailer hitch on the front, does have lights on it too. Actually what I will do, let's hook up to it. It's fairly heavy. There we go, lights in the front of it as well. I don't think the lights are adjustable. I'm just going to open that to make sure. I don't think they were. No, not that I can tell. There we go, turn those off again. Now, interestingly, in the Modhub, this is under weights. You've got the home weight 3,200. It's a 3,500 kilogram weight. That's a pretty hefty weight on that. That is only one slot, but there are two options. You can have a front weight and a rear weight. It slightly adjusts the connection points for the 3-point links. The rear weight is an extra 100. So what I thought I would do, just out of curiosity, I got a front weight and wondered, is there any reason why it won't hook up? Do you have to have a rear weight, a rear one as an option? It does hook up, the front weight does hook up at the rear if you want to go down that route. I'm not sure why there's a separate one. Normally there is a bit of play and a bit of movement in the 3-point link arms, especially the lower arms, but anyway, there you go. Those are the options. It's the home weight by Rowley Christie 1, one slot, 3,500 kilogram with lights on. Moving on, we're rattling through these today, aren't we? Right, so let's go over here. We have got the little carport. This is by Bartosz. It's just a small shelter. You can put anything you like under it. Vehicles, bales. The choice is yours. Pallets, your Twix. If you still haven't, if you took it out of the big shed, you might want to put it under there. Keep out the sun. This you'll find under placeables, under sheds. 8,000 to buy, and it's one slot as well. Not too bad at all, really. Not a huge footprint, so it doesn't require a lot of space. You may have a use for it. Right, what we're going to do is jump onto in here. Look at this. The next mod we're going to look at is this, and this is the old garage by Consi. So while we're in here, we might as well look at it. 11 meters by 7 meters, brick built. Also 8,000 to buy, and 2 slots on that one. There are no options available. I don't know why I even did that, but that is this one right here. Nicely textured. I say 2 slots. I like the concrete lintels across the top. It looks like, you know, looks like a concrete lintel. It's not bad. It's nice to get a brick textured building this kind of size that isn't a ridiculous slot count as well. We've had quite a few recently that have been very, very high in the slot count. Corrugated roof. I don't think there's any lights in it. It's just a shelter, again, for a couple of vehicles or, you know, whatever you want to do, which is entirely your choice. But it is only 2 slots. That's the old garage by Consi. Moving on. Actually, we haven't got that many left to do, have we? We have got. This is it's not the weirdest thing we've had. Probably the hoverboard yesterday is down there on the floor. We've got a Giants mug. This is the Giants cup in red and black. I've actually got one of these on my desk in front of me right now. So if you're a fan of Farming Simulator, Giants software, and want to get one, there's one in red with the Giants G, and then there's this one with the Giants G and then Giants written around the side of it. These are 1 slot each. They're made by, now I think it's Mapjects. It's M4PJ3CTS. But the only problem I'm finding is you can't get close enough to it unless you put it on something. So if I lift it up now, it can be manipulated around like you can with anything else that's available for picking up. But if it's on the floor, it's a long way away, so you can't really simulate kind of drinking from it. So what you have to do, or what you might need to do if you can, is find a surface to put it on that's a bit higher, like that for example. Drop it down, then if you get a lot closer to it, like so, and then pick it up, it's a little bit better. I mean, you can probably get even closer to it still, depends what you put it on, but you can manipulate it, rotate it around. It's just one of those quirky little things. If you're a bit of a fan and you want to have a Giant software mug to have your coffee in the morning before you start farming, I don't want to tip all my coffee out, I want to drink it that way, don't I? There you go. There's a red one as well, which we're going to walk over and have a look at too. I don't know. It's just one of those things, isn't it? The red one I just put over here on the fence. I think I did it for the thumbnail. I'm trying to think what I did now. I did a couple. So there you go. There's the red one, just sitting there on top of the feed trigger trough. Little coffee mug. These you will find under, I want to get this right, placeables and decoration. £13, euros or dollars for each one, and like I say, only one slot each. When you buy them, you can place them wherever you want. As long as you own the land, it will let you place it, and you can pick it up from wherever you want to. So there you go. That's the Giants Cup in red and black by Mapjets. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. And it's this, the open plan free range pigs. This is the open pig pasture by Foo Farmer. We have had cows, sheep and horses so far. I spoke to Foo Farmer actually in the week, last week about this. He said it was going to be released. I know for a fact that there's already an update going in for this and the other 3 pastures for a little bit of a twist and a tweak on it to help. But it's another one of those ones, it's an interesting one, isn't it, having them free roaming. You're kind of in your mind thinking, you know, they're going to get away. It does have, what's it called? Mine's gone blank. A texture plane? Navigation mesh. So it's got a navigation mesh underneath, which any of the pastures, anything with animals does, that gives a boundary to where the animals can walk to. So the navigation mesh is another layer below, and it's just kind of invisible, you can't see it. So they will only go out to a certain point, they're not going to go miles away. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's clever. It helps then with placeables. It doesn't pen them all in. If you want to go for a more kind of open feel, whilst they will only still walk a certain distance, mentally and visually it looks like it's far more open. But like I say, it may not be your cup of tea. Oh, there's a Giants mug. I lost that a little while ago. I picked it up and it sort of dropped out of my hand. I couldn't find where it went. It's down there. Anyway, water trough is just here. There's your water trigger. Feed trigger is just here alongside the feed trough. The straw trigger, as I came along, it appeared almost about here really, which wasn't too bad. We've got our slurry point around the back there, and our manure point around there for collecting both of those. They roam kind of all the way around. This will hold 90 pigs. I like it as well because it's not too expensive. For 90 pigs it's pretty cool. So you'll find this under placeables, under animal pens. There you go, 7,500 for 90 pigs. I think that's a bit of a result, that. When you come to place it, obviously it does have a boundary which you can't see at the moment, but the great thing about it is it does give you the ability, like that, you can place a few of them together. For that price, I've just increased it to 180 pigs. And they are fairly close. I mean, the boundary is pretty much there for allowing me to place it. So you could line a couple of these up fairly close together. I mean, like that was there, was it? And it just gives you a kind of more open feel, and all your pigs will kind of blend in around each other while it does it. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic mod. That's by Foo Farmer. Did I say how many slots that was? There's 12 slots for that one. It is seasons ready, and it is compatible with the manure system on PC as well. I think that's it for the mods for today. No, it's not. Hang on, it's not. Wait, don't go away yet. I forgot this, sorry. This is the fuel trailer, IBM 520. This is by IBM Modding Team. It is only a fuel trailer. It won't take anything else. It will do 40,000 litres. And it's also 12 slots. Nicely detailed. Nice, smooth, clean, crisp mod. I suppose the only drawback being that it will only do fuel, but I suppose in the real world a fuel tanker will only do fuel. You won't use a fuel tanker for doing other things. I suppose in game we've kind of got used to the fact that a tanker, normally most of the tankers will do multiple products, but this one will only do fuel. Now again with this, if we go along to tools, it's under miscellaneous. Now it does say there fuel and milk, but it will only do fuel. The options available on this are, we can change the main colour from chrome to stainless steel, which does the chassis underneath. The design colour, chrome to stainless steel, does the main tank. And then we've got side boxes, none. You can have one on the left, one on the right, or both. Those are the options available. You know what I'm going to do? Bear with me just 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought I would just test it because I thought I was losing my mind. That at the bottom right is showing the milk symbol but saying fuel. I tested it because I thought, oh, maybe it does take milk, and I bought a couple of the milk pallets from one of the recent mods, which also shows the same symbol but that's milk. So the milk container that I've got on the back of here took the milk, no problem at all. This one wouldn't, but it is showing the milk symbol but fuel. So yeah, as far as I can tell, it only takes fuel. So it's nicely detailed. I don't know whether that will be a limitation for some people. Lights on the back, indicators. Yeah, it may be for some people that's a no-no, I don't know, but that's the fuel trailer IBM 520 by IBM modding team. So I think that's it for the mods for today. I finally got them all done. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.